sitting here with Rob Zombie, just almost about to perform tonight at Rockfest 2010. Now, Rob, you're about to go on stage. What's kind of going through your mind right now? How do you prepare for going on stage?
I don't really prepare. I usually start thinking about it about 2 hours in advance. Before that, it doesn't even cross my mind.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of have to. Yeah, it's kind of a weird thing that you have to go do. So you kind of just have to get your head around it, so that you're in that mode. Because you don't want to sit around being all lazy, then have to go out there and try to entertain everybody. So it's a slow build up. By the time we get to the stage, we're all ready to go. But right now, we're all lazy.
Well, you've done it quite a while. You kind of know what to do, you know, what to expect and things like that. But now, talking about your busy schedule, I mean, music, movies, you're kind of doing it all. I mean, how do you juggle both things there?
Well, it's kind of difficult. I mean, it's usually not enough time. That's the problem. I try to separate the two, so when I'm doing this, obviously I'm not making movies. When I'm making movies, I can't do anything else because it's a 24/7 job.
Right.
So, you know, I usually just divide my time in half.
Exactly. Do you prefer one to the other, or?
No, I like them both. They're a good counterbalance to each other, so that's what I like about them.
Yeah, so you're not doing the same thing all the time.
One really. This is fun. This is crazy, but you know, after a year of this, it's nice to go do something that's a little more sedate.
Mix it up a little bit, right? Okay. So a lot of your songs, I mean, where do you get inspiration and ideas for some of the songs? I mean, you kind of have the horror theme going and stuff like that. Where does all that come from?
I mean, everything just comes from wherever. I mean, I just will hear a phrase or see something and it inspires me, and sometimes, you know, I'll kind of log it away in my brain. Sometimes it'll sit there for years. I mean, there's the ideas that I thought of like many years ago that I never did, so they can come from anywhere. You know, you never know where inspiration will hit.
Right, you might just see something and there you go.
Totally.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, what about one song that on your new album, Sick Bubblegum? That's a real hit song. Where does something like that come from?
That one is a very strange one. That came from, I was watching an interview with my friend Johnny Ramone, an old interview with him, and someone had asked him, how do you describe the Ramones' music? And he said, I would describe the Ramones as bubblegum, sick bubblegum music. And that's just where that started. You know, you just hear something and
there you go.
Phrase will just jump out at you and go, there,
you get a hit song out of it. There you go. Nice. Speaking about your hit songs and everything, when you go on stage and you're preparing your set list, how do you pick the ones you want to play, because you have so many?
Well, we just try to, you know, gauge what we think the audience wants to hear.
Right.
You know, we assume that they want to hear certain songs, and we're really just there to please them. So whatever we think they want to hear, we try to put together. You know, a little bit of everything.
Exactly. Please the fans. That's good.
Yeah.
With that wide fan base, is there a form of interaction you like with the fans? I mean, is it any meet and greets or anything? I'm sure taking the stage and performing, you know, takes a cake. But aside from that, is there anything that you?
Well, there's always meet and greets, but people are usually pretty nervous, so you can't really interact with them much.
Right.
I mean, I like to make the show on stage as interactive as possible. You know.
Exactly.
A lot of bands don't so much talk to the audience. They don't really do that. I really need to feel that the crowd and the band are very much in sync together, or it just feels too much like you're performing and they're just looking at you. I need to feel like everybody's kind of on the same wavelength.
Sweet. Okay, and then just the last question for you. What is one of your favorite songs to perform on stage?
Well, you know, for me it doesn't really matter. It's funny, I mean, because I really judge it by what the crowd likes. Like, there's songs I've played thousands of times that I would be bored with if the crowd didn't like it so much. And then there's brand new songs that we play, the crowd doesn't react as much, we just don't play them anymore.
Right.
So it's really, the music's almost irrelevant to me because it's a blur. It's just blurring and going by.
Exactly.
So I'm more focused on what's happening in the crowd, so, you know.
Awesome. Okay, great.
Chew it up, spit it out, sick bubblegum, blow